time it is, man. Holler at us. Get at us. Yeah.
Got the hookup.
Yeah. Shout out to RP to AJ Johnson.
Yeah,
Speaking of got the hookup.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
No more Friday. Well, another guy missing from Friday.
Yeah. That makes Bernie Mac, Pops, and Ezell, yeah. And he died in the store, which is ironic.
Debo,
yeah. Zeus. Tiny.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, man. He dropping like flies, man. But he died inside a store, which I thought was peculiar. Did you not think that? Am I the only one that thought that? Like with the famous my neck, my bad knee, for him saying, and for him, and for him to die inside the store was kind of, I don't know, it was just odd. But
very, very odd.
Yeah, it's very, very odd. But what we wanted to talk about today is a lot of things have went on, and one of the things I was paying attention to was Kelly Price situation.
The Kelly Price situation.
Yeah, the Kelly Price situation. Are you aware of the Kelly Price situation?
This is what she's supposed to be missing.
Yeah, she had COVID. She's supposed to be missing, and
family looking for her.
Yeah, family reached out to the police and said she was missing, and they couldn't get a hold of her. And her sister did a series of interviews with different media outlets, pleading that Kelly come home. Or at least contact her to make sure she was okay. Now, Kelly Price made her last post before she was found on July 29th, and she looked very frail and sick. And she made this post, and she then went into the hospital and stayed there for 3 weeks. Stayed there for 3 weeks. The third week she was there, she was discharged. And her family called and found out she was discharged. They didn't know that she had left the hospital. So her family then went to file a police report, a missing persons report for Kelly. Now I have to tell you, 6 months ago Kelly was engaged to be married.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But she never showed the gentleman's face on Instagram. So now this gentleman, I believe his name is Daryl, is in Kelly Price's life, and I think he is in control of the purse strings and the business dealings that Kelly Price does. And I believe Daryl is now controlling this. And what I'm seeing from the rest of the family is a disconnect, whereas to maybe Kelly was taking care of certain things in the family, and now things have changed, and I guess Daryl is indeed in control. So is this what happens when a real man takes control of a situation? And I want to like it to a situation in our life. Yeah, have you ever been in a situation where it's to things changed, or you was in the head of with you and a woman come into dealings, and her friends or family seem to not like you or your ways or how you operate? Have you ever been in a situation like that where it's to a woman dedicates herself to you and your ways, and that turns the rest of her circle off or the other way, or they tend not to like you? Yes. Have you ever been in a situation like that?
I guess yes. All these years been living, but for the most part, no relationship that I really was ever that I ever been in that the family that they, you know what I'm saying, like me come between the family, and
it's never been that way.
No,
not an extreme.
No, that never been the end.
Do you think it's better to have a relationship with her in the family, or is it better for you and her to bond together?
Well, especially if you're talking about they getting married, is they should be bonding together. Family and friends shouldn't have nothing to do with that. And that could be maybe the problem there, because if Kelly Price single, I'm pretty sure she got money.
Yeah.
And money coming in, and she normally take care of people.
Right.
But normally when you get married, you got to drop a lot of people.
True that.
Brothers, sisters, family, friends. Now, so a lot of people get cut off in the process. So if I knew that I was about to get cut off, I'd probably make a lot of noise also.
Yeah. You
understand?
Yeah. I completely understand it. I mean, I think it's better to have a bond between you and the person you are engaged with or married with first. But let's listen to Kelly and see what she has to say a little bit about what she went through, her and her family.
Some days later, a couple of days later, and the first thing I remember is the team of doctors standing around me and asking me if I knew what year it was.
Wait, when you say they lost you, can you clarify what that means?
Yeah, I died. I died. And the next thing, it was some days later. I remember waking up in ICU and the doctor asking me if I remembered what year it was. I'm sorry, not what day, if I knew what year it was. Going into the hospital, I'd actually had COVID for over a week, but my conditions were progressing in the wrong direction from home. And we're jumping all the way in. So I had it. My husband did not have it. He was taking care of me at home, speaking with my primary care physician, giving me breathing treatments, giving me my medicine every me. I woke up in constant communication with her, and eventually he ended up testing positive within a week after I got it, and just prior to me going into the hospital. She could see
like she still got it.
Seeing me every day on FaceTime and walking him through administering meds. And when it got to a point, my temperature had raised right to about 103 and my breathing was extremely shallow. And so he called the ambulance. And so I had to go to the hospital. I was discharged. The hospital needed beds. I was able to go home and go home with oxygen. And go home with oxygen and have home health aides come check on me throughout the week, which is what happened for a period of 4 weeks after being released from the hospital. So people were definitely seeing me. The people that could actually say something are not allowed to because of HIPAA law. But I was being seen several times a week by home health aides in constant communication with her after being released on oxygen. And I actually just got my first clean COVID test probably exactly a week ago. So I have what is called long COVID. And I am facing a very uphill battle right now. So I'm gonna cry. I have a lot of rehabbing to do.
So Kelly,
she's about to start saying.
Kelly got something called long COVID.
Long COVID.
I never heard of before.
Go long.
Yeah, he got that long COVID.
Catch the bomb.
You ain't got that short shit.
Got Jerry Rice.
Yes, motherfucking Tyreek Hill shit.
Tim
Patty.
Tim Brown.
That Patty Mahomes, yeah. Go ahead, go long. Tyreek. God damn, that T.O.
Andre Reed.
That T.O.
Yeah, T.O.
You got that angry code.
That 88, that Michael Irvin.
Yeah, that motherfucker. Yeah, that playmaker.
Yeah.
I mean, she got that playmaker.
Damn.
But yeah, Kelly, man, it's an uphill battle, but I'm glad the man in her corner. And when a man is in your life, things change. That's what I want.
For the better or worse.
That's what I really want to drive home here. When a man is in your life, things change.
That's for better or worse.
Yes.
With that being said.
But things will change.
Yeah, things will change.
I don't know.
Dramatically, things will change.
They won't stay the same. They won't stay the same. Speaking of things changing.
In my corner.
Kelly, we love you, baby.
Ooh.
She was a friend of mine. She used what she knew. She lied. Cheated. and left me for. Oh, so I forgot that one. I forgot the last part. But yeah,
confused.
Left me confused.
I think so.
Yeah. She betrayed me. I know she wrote that. She betrayed me. But Kelly, we doing it for you tonight, Pooh. So Love and Light to Kelly Price. But I wanted to talk about tonight. Oh my God, this coon of a man, Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith. And the decline of First Take. The dismal, spiraling disaster that Stephen A. has created for himself, admittedly. Now, if you didn't know, Stephen A. kicked Max Kellerman off of First Take. Famous show. I think they've been doing it maybe 5 years now.
Yeah, they've been running about 5 years.
Yeah, number one. Number one show.
Number one since
forever.
Yeah, forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
But Stephen A. went on to the Breakfast Club and admittedly said, yes.
That wasn't the Breakfast Club.
What was it? Where was he at?
Hot 97.
Hot 97. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It was Ebro in the morning.
Yeah.
Rosenberg. Hot 97.
Hot 97.
His former
back.
His former employer.
Yeah.
Right? Because he started calling in on the radio, yelling on the radio to yelling on the phone until they invited him into the studio. That's how he started his career.
Right.
So as a caller. So Stephen A. went to High 97 Ebro in the morning and very proudly let his nuts hang all over the Zoom call and said, yeah, I am the one that got rid of Max Kellerman. I'm the one that made the change.
Yeah, I actually heard it.
Yes.
He came back because he was on the first show. Then he said he has nothing to do with this.
So he lied.
He lied.
Okay. So he told a lie.
He came back and I heard him say, yeah.
Yeah, he the one. Let his nuts hang, right?
Yeah. So
now he has been he went on Hot 97, let his nuts hang, said that, I did it, I'm the one, this, that, another, right? So since then, he has gotten multiple guests now come on First Take. It's different people. It might be Tim Tebow, it might be the Playmaker, Michael Irvin, which I saw, which was ridiculous. That was the beginning of the decline. I think the Playmaker was the first show that was Max Kellerman-less. Max Kellerman was gone by then. I think the Playmaker, Michael Irvin, was the first guest host. So now, the ratings for First Take are slipping. They're going down. People are not watching. People don't like what Stephen A. is giving them. People don't like the product. They don't like seeing different people. They don't like seeing Tebow one week and seeing Eric Dickerson the next week and seeing Michael Irvin and all these different people. People don't like that. I don't like it. And what I'm seeing is people don't like Stephen A. that much. I think they like the idea of the show. They like the idea of Stephen A. They like what's going on. They're dynamic. But I think Stephen A. made the fatal mistake of thinking people actually liked him. So what I'm saying to Stephen A. is, you in a trick bag, son. ESPN has put you in a trick bag. ESPN and you admittedly made yourself responsible for removing Max Kellerman, which made yourself responsible for the decline of First Take. Now it's easier to get rid of you because you had a direct hand in a disaster. So Stephen A., I think the changes will be made that he doesn't have any control over just because he made this mistake and put his foot in it. So like a LeBron James team, like if LeBron come in and put a team together and that team doesn't win, they hold LeBron responsible for that team. Correct? Is that a good analogy?
Good analogy.
So he will be directly on the hook for whatever's happening with First Take.
Yeah. But shit, he got 4 years, $60 million, man. He already paid the contract or have already been signed. So before they just do that, they gonna rewrite the script. They gonna find another format, somebody to play B-side of Stephen A.
Right.
Hopefully, and ESPN, like I said when we talked earlier off the air, they shown around the globe.
Right.
So there's no way that they ratings gonna drop like that. People love sports talk morning.
But this is what I'm saying. They like Max Kellerman and Stephen A. So if I
did you really enjoy Max Kellerman? Did you really watch the show?
First of all, I don't watch that show.
Okay.
Max
Kellerman is trash.
I watch a real show, Undisputed. So I don't really watch Stephen A. And he's uninformed. He's a loudmouth goon. You know what I'm saying? A buffoon to me. You know what I'm saying? He's more theatrics and acting and yelling and screaming more than, real direct takes. You know what I'm saying? It's become a show more than an informational exchange or critique of athletes. You know what I mean? So I like Skip and Shannon my damn self. And I think people like the dynamic between Max and Steve. The fact they were so different and they had conflicting views, I think the people like that. But I damn sure ain't like Michael Irvin and Stephen A. on the same stage. That shit was too fucking much. I ain't never seen so much coonery and buffoonery between Michael Irvin and Stephen A. Smith. It was terrible. Awful. It was an awful show to watch. And I'm sure when people tuned in and saw that, they said, I don't want this.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Despite how many stations or how many, they'd just rather watch another show. PTI maintained their ratings all through their tenure. They're the number one show. You know why I think the number one show? Because they had the same host for all this time. 20 years. Michael Wilbon and Tony Kornheiser. So people could count on that show. You know what I'm saying? If I like them, I can tune in and I'm going to see the same two people all this time. That's why I like them. I like those two people. See, now Steve A fucking with the sauce. You see, he think it's all him, but he fucking with the sauce, the overall sauce. You can't fuck with it. See, now you made it his show because different people come in and out. See, now he directly on the hook for all of this shit. And people don't like him that much. I don't think people like him. And I'm like, why would he come on and say this about Max Kellerman? You think people going to end dead? Like, I was like, why would he make a statement like this? It's very strange what he did at Hot 97. And took ownership, like, he made himself a villain, or you had to have a feeling about him now. You know what I mean? You had to have some type of feeling about Stephen A. Like, outside of sports. It's like, why would he do this to Max? Did Max deserve this? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened. He said the ratings were slipping, that's why he got rid of Max. I thought that's what he said. Right?
I'm not sure. I know he just said that Max wasn't entertaining enough.
Entertaining enough?
It was just too...
I mean, he delivering information about games and stats. So I'm like, I don't know what... I'm not sure.
And they also said Max thought he was smarter than everyone in the room.
So what is Stephen A's job to get him out of that room? Because he think he's smart? Well, he should think he's smart. What Stephen A think of himself?
Man, I'm glad the black man got that much power.
Nah, I don't. Not when he's using it like this.
What you mean? Disney allow him to use the power as needed.
What's as needed? Getting rid of Max?
Or whatever else he need to do to get that show jumping and keep it number one. They paying him for a reason.
What you mean they paying him for a reason? I understand why they paying him. Let's get his ratings down though. Yeah, people don't want to talk about this. Yeah. Stephen A. Smith down bad. First take reportedly flopping after firing Max Kellerman. It's 4 days ago.
What happened?
Stephen A. Smith, and this coming out of Jada Black. Shout out to Jada Black. This is his report, Jada Black. That's what I saw right here. Let's get into this for a second.
Tuning in. I want to talk about the failure that is First Take. This show has been failing ever since Skip Bayless, who was the draw of First Take when it first took off, from Cold Pizza when he was there with Woody Page to being there Stephen A. Smith. Now he's on Undisputed, and he's still.
I want to get into the stats because you don't believe the stats. Stephen A. Smith. Hold on, let me find the stats for you.
Your co-host on the bus, and I will say this.
Now listen. These are the brand new statistics because you don't believe anything. First Take.
You know I gotta see it.
398K in the morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get Up. 408. You see that?
Yeah.
So people watch Get Up, then stop watching it. Then stop watching First Take once First Take come on. NFL Live get a 413. Around the Horn get a 469. PTI get a 652. You understand? So you see where First Take is compared to these other shows. It's last.
I mean, this since Max been going.
Yeah.
So where's the ratings beforehand?
It wasn't like this. No. These like First Take is the last show on all these shows.
It's cool.
Get Up, NFL Live, Around the Horn, PTI.
That's cool. It still got great numbers.
That's not great.
I mean,
it's
not
slipping.
Great, but it's slipping.
It's the last. It's the
but
last.
I mean, Marty, Grizzly, they gonna get it back together.
How?
What you mean?
How?
The same way that they did before. When Skip Bayless left, Max didn't just come in. They did some.
But Max was there for 5 years. The last 5 years.
Yeah, and they're gonna put somebody else in there that's entertaining.
I mean, why would you get rid of that?
Cause he's some shit.
For 5 years, you been shitting. Y'all been number one? How that happen?
Just because I'm telling you, they shown around the globe. ESPN, all you got to do is turn your TV on. Most people
are turning their TVs off.
Most people turn their TV on ESPN
look what they
and
doing.
Watch it all day long.
Okay, so look what they doing. They watching Get Up, and then they turning away. You know what I'm saying? They watching it here, then they turning away. But you know what they watching? Undisputed.
Mm-hmm.
So they watch Get Up, and then they turn away and start watching Undisputed, man. Come on, man. Skip and Shannon, man. Shout out to the gods, man. Skip and Shannon, man. Shout out to the gods, Skip and Shannon, man. Max Kellerman chilling with Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Williams on the early ESPN show. He looks a lot happy.
He goes at Max Kellerman. I should just do this by myself. But let's look at these numbers, shall we?
Yeah, look at the numbers. I want y'all to hear
First
this.
Take. 398,000. Get Up, 408,000.
Numbers don't lie.
NFL Live, 413,000.
At all.
Around the Horn,
469.
469,000. Pardon the Interruption,
PTI.
52,000. It seems to me that Pardon the Interruption is the A show. Pardon the Interruption is the A show, people. That's what it looks like to me. Pardon the Interruption is the A show. And First Take has become like the B or C show. That's what it's looking like. And it doesn't surprise me one bit. This is what happens when your ego takes over.
Thank you.
And you think that you are going to be able to build this show up yourself. And it has not worked. And it's not going to work. Stephen A. Smith is going to have to understand sooner or later that those debate shows work if you have two personalities colliding, not two people agreeing with each other, not two people towing lines. You know, you going at people instead of you going at people for not taking the jab, what you need to do is focus on building a better product instead of saying, you know what.
So Stephen A., the show is flopping. And it should be flopping because you are no talent. You are someone has been getting under the radar. You're a lapdog for ESPN. You think they don't take these niggas out and say, man, what you think of this person? What you think of that person? And you talk about black people and laugh with these white execs and shit, and you say, okay, we got that guy. This is our guy. You say, I'm not going to lay off anybody. I'll talk about anybody black. So So long as they got Stephen A. to ride all the black athletes, a white person really has nothing to say. He can say everything through Stephen A. Because Stephen A. will be quick to ride a person, just like Kyrie Irving now. He's telling Kyrie to get out of town. Or you should trade Kyrie if he don't want to take the vaccine. Like, come on, Stephen A. Why should you be involved in things like that? Why should you have takes on things like that? The vaccine. Stephen A. Smith is a tool of divisiveness and an agent of chaos. I know somebody hear me. I know somebody out there. I know somebody hear me out there. I know I got somebody with me. I can feel you through this pod. If you know like me, man, you gotta watch this guy. And I'm glad he is in what we know now as a trick bag. Stephen A. Smith is in.
So if you think if he got the last show, why you think they giving him all that money and so much control?
Listen, it's called being a trick bag. So listen, if I feel you have too much control, I give you more. Okay. It's called enough rope to hang yourself. Now you have made moves that you're responsible for. So anything that happens, I can remove you very easily because you had a direct responsibility for something that's going down the tubes. So I got to get rid of you. I got to take control from you. So you got 60 million this time. If all this happened, how much you gonna take the next time? It ain't gonna be 60. Remember that thing you did with Max Kellerman and all that shit we had to fix? We had to take this control from you and put the show back together and all that shit, and who we had to pay to come in and get this shit back cracking. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't gonna be 60 this time. All we got is 24. So you can go do your own thing or whatever you want to do.
Do you think ESPN chased a lot of their good reporters over to Fox Sports?
Chased them over? I believe they fired them. And all of them, a lot of people got jobs at NBC and Fox. You know what I'm saying? But I believe what happened was it was a lot of white male reporters getting old salaries. Like all these high price salaries. I believe they cut the fat, moved those white reporters out and brought in young, black, female, and paid them less. You know what I'm saying? And I think they watched it because they look diverse. They look like you bringing in women and bringing in all these other different faces, but you actually paying them peanuts also. It's good for you. Instead of paying Jaws or Mel Kiper or, you know what I'm saying, all these old heads top dollar, you cut them and then you bring in young people or bloggers or people off the internet, Twitter, and, you know, young it up. You know what I'm saying? But Stephen A. is of the old ilk. I think they want to remove him soon. And I believe black people are not supporting Stephen A. like they used to, or whatever. I think a lot of criticism coming his way via Kwame Brown and the Manosphere and all these different ideas and views of Stephen A. And I think that has taken a toll as well.
I don't really think it's that. It's like a new toy.
You don't think that's any of it?
And I think his time just running out. You know, you seen it. He did it. He put his work in. Right. Now there's many. I watch a lot of the reporters these days. They do it like Stephen A. Man. They try to be Stephen A. So his DNA is in the game, and I just think it's over for him. You know, like
so
the trick is over.
Who was doing Stephen A? Who's the next
as I watch ESPN, just like if you watch every black reporter,
is Nate Burleson Stephen A?
Nate didn't come from ESPN.
I'm just saying, you see the
Nate was on CBS and NFL Network.
Now he's exploded. His trajectory of his career he's on Today Show or something. You know what I'm saying? Like it seemed like he's a new Michael Strahan. Right. Like did you see this coming?
I didn't see that coming.
I'm just saying people have favorites, and favors are done in Hollywood. I'm not saying Nate Burleson doesn't deserve what he has. But I just didn't see this much coming out of Nate Burleson. But who am I? But moving on. Before we get out of here, we got to say
It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. To yesterday.
Man, I gotta say a word, man, about my man Kels, man. I don't want to call my man. I'm talking about the other Kelly, the now infamous R. Kelly. R. Kelly, as you know, was indicted on RICO charges and different things. I know he's somewhere saying damn to himself at least once. But R. Kelly, as you know, was convicted of racketeering and sex trafficking.
It's another one, man.
What he got?
Man abduction or some shit.
Man abduction.
It's another charge. I can look it up.
He got racketeering. Yeah, it's a number of charges. He was convicted and could face a number of charges. But now they say R. Kelly is going to tell it on a mountain. Yes, sir. He say, I know other motherfuckers that I had relations with these underage women. I'm not going down alone. He's doing the Wesley Snipes, Nino Brown. It's bigger than R. Kelly.
I mean,
he's snitching now.
They say that to get reduced time, but he have 2 more court cases.
Well, he
more females, and like, are they taking the same females to each?
Now, I think he did the same crimes.
Like, is this a carnival? States. But is this a carnival trick?
No, he going on one more world tour, y'all.
So all the other different females. So all the other females in these other states is totally different females.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh wow!
But you know, Bill Cosby says you got railroaded. Bill Cosby say, I'm in your corner, R. Kelly. But can you imagine a Trapped in the Closet with all this shit going on? Like how much he could put in Trapped in the Closet? The shit would be epic. So R. Kelly, man, it's going down, man. What can I say about the man? What I wanted to have a conversation about was, now that we know the conviction, and we know the finality of it, what do we do with his music? Where does his legacy go musically? Can you separate the two? Are you able to discern from the man and his music? Me, myself, I will continue to listen to R. Kelly. But I could definitely understand if someone had feelings about listening to him.
I mean, what do the music go? Do this music just disappear?
No.
Do it just go away?
No, music doesn't disappear.
I think this R. Kelly music will live on forever, like, you know what I'm saying, until we dead and gone. So yeah. I'm like, soon there will be more R. Kelly being played on the radio.
Right.
Maybe some movies.
Definitely a movie. I don't know how many people go and see it, but if you look into the media,
sampled.
I mean, the catalog will be exploited. His catalog is on sale now, and I'm pretty sure you can get the catalog for peanuts, and somebody will have it. You will hear "I Believe I Can Fly" and "Bump and Grind," and you gonna hear these songs in commercials, and maybe movies. These songs be played, and it's still a demand for R. Kelly. It's still a demand for "I Believe I Can Fly." That's still a beautiful song. That doesn't take away. I'm not concerned with what he did in his private life with other people. But when somebody creates a song that's so inspiring and that gives you a certain inspirational lift. Like, I believe I can fly. That's priceless. And you can't deny that, and the world can't deny that. So that's good to know that good music still will live on despite his flaws.
Yeah, but now listen, I heard he might have a good appeal case.
Yeah, Bill Cosby said he will definitely get back on appeal, just like him. Because one thing I couldn't understand is what was on trial and who was on trial, because they had people come in from 1991 and 92 and 95. So I was like, how far are we going back with these situations?
I mean, they still was talking about Aaliyah.
Yeah.
And him marrying and bragging someone.
Yeah, they brought the preacher in that married them in the Aaliyah case. So I was having trouble trying to figure out what exactly was on trial. It seemed like they put his whole past on trial, like whatever he did. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I saw a lot of. But that's and the same in the Bill Cosby case. When they brought all those women from 1972, and all these women was allowed to
lying,
right, and they were allowed to testify in a case like this. And that's why I say Bill Cosby saying they did me like they did you, and you'll get back on appeal most likely.
Wow.
So that's R. Kelly, man. I gotta say I love R. Kelly's music, man. I gotta go on record. I'm not
now
what he did. I'm not a fan of, but his music is. What happened to tortured genius? What happened to people being tortured geniuses? Was Michael Jackson regular? No. Did Michael Jackson molest kids? No. Did Michael Jackson hang around kids that he shouldn't be hanging around? Yes. Maybe that was part of his genius or his lack of adulthood and allow him to create such masterpieces to live in a kid's world and have Ferris wheels and giraffes and monkeys and live like a kid, allowed him to be youthful. And you know, Michael Jackson missed his youth. He was working since he was 8 years old, so he didn't really have a childhood per se.
Now, and they said he won't be sentenced until May.
Yeah.
As other criminal charges move forward.
More time to snitch. He can snitch. That's more time to tell. R. Kelly said, I will tell. I heard that today.
And did you hear this out his mouth, or is this he should?
It was reported. It was reported R. Kelly will be telling on what he knows about other pedophiles that acted along with him in these certain instances. So that's what he'll be doing. R. Kelly, it's reported, allegedly, I hope it's not that, but allegedly he will be telling what he knows about different things and different people. But he's now trapped in a jail cell, not a closet. And pretty sure he's saying damn to himself at least once. I can imagine how many songs he came out with, up with. I wonder, did he sing Life when he got sentenced? That Casey and JoJo classic that he wrote. Yeah, so R. Kelly, man, I'm still praying for you, brother. We all sin. We all are sinners.
We not all sinners like that.
No, not like that. But we all are sinners, period.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, not to his degree.
Okay.
But is one sin worse than the other? Are you a fan of that, or one is a sin is a sin? What do you?
I guess in God's eyes, right?
Yeah. But it's very murky waters legally. What was R. Kelly's going through? I don't want to say we praying for him, but I'm just saying I'm hoping that everything works out. Let me just say that. Tell of two Kellys. Trapped in the Closet 5. Goddamn Kelly Price and R. Kelly. What else is on the slate? Sports-wise. Did you see the Lakers preseason game?
No, did everyone hit the floor?
No, Anthony Davis played for 6 minutes, and LeBron and Westbrook did not play. THT played. Kendrick Nunn. We got to see a couple people out there. Lakers got a lot of people I didn't know they had. But I'm not feeling confident about this team this year for some reason. I don't have a feeling like the year before last. Anthony Davis looks bigger, more brolic. You probably play the 5 more. Dwight Howard got kicked out of the game. Got a tech for talking to James Harden, who's in street clothes. That was something now. That's like the biggest thing that came from the night. Dwight Howard's a real weird guy, if you know what I mean. I think you do. A real how you doing type of guy. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I think y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't want to disparage
the Redskins 2-2.
Oh, yeah, the Redskins 2-2.
Oh, East.
But you know what? What happened with the Redskins?
What's that?
They just got raided by the DEA.
Wow,
how about that? The Washington football team was raided Friday by Drug Enforcement Agency. And they went in there to pick up the head trainer. The head trainer, which is his name. I'm going to get his name for you.
As some extremely hot water, he has now been placed on paid administrative leave. But if the DEA is getting involved in this is not looking too good for him. This is another black eye for the Washington football team. And Ron Rivera, who actually brought him over from Carolina with him. So let's jump over.
Ron probably was getting that shit from him.
Washington football team puts trainer Ryan Vermillion.
Ryan Vermillion is his name.
The Washington football
what was
team
that last name?
Vermillion.
Trainer Ryan Vermillion on administrative leave.
Vermillion.
That motherfucker African.
Yeah, Cuban. He looked black though, like a nigga.
Related to the club. Vermillion is in his second season with Coach Ron Rivera in Washington after 18 seasons working for the Carolina Panthers. The Drug Enforcement Administration and Loudoun County Sheriff's Department conducted a search at Washington's practice facility.
It's weird. It's a Dallas Cowboy fan.
It's new.
Dropping the knowledge.
You're giving them news.
Raiders actually today, but that was actually on Friday.
They kept that quiet over the weekend because it happened Friday.
Sports Washington was first to report on the search. Team officials did not know about the investigation until DEA agents showed up at the facility on Friday, a source told ESPN's John Kim. The DEA talked to multiple former players about Vermillion. Earlier this year, a source with knowledge of the situation told Kim. One ex-player who spoke with the DEA said he did not have any useful information to share with them. Vermillion did not travel with Washington this weekend to the game in Atlanta.
They ain't gonna tell him.
Vermillion's attorney, Barry Coburn, declined comment. Washington coach Ron Rivera, who brought Vermillion with him from Carolina, declined to comment during his weekly news conference Monday. He refers to the team's statement. Quote, "I won't comment on how I personally feel about what's going on," Rivera said. Washington hired Vermillion shortly after Rivera.
This nigga can't even fucking talk. Can't read like a retard. But that's what happened. Ryan Vermillion, the head trainer of Washington football team, was picked up Friday by the DEA agents. They interviewed ex-players on him. They've been investigating for drugs. So it doesn't look good again for the Washington football team. But, you know, Ron brought him in. He was hustling good, looked like.
Riverboat.
Yeah. My nigga Riverboat brought him in there. So Ron Riverboat Rivera brought him in. And they was hustling good together, like crocking in tubs out this motherfucker.
They better put their eye on his ass. Man.
Yes, sir.
You know that cancer got over that shit. Probably them perk 30s.
Yeah, it's knocking his ass out.
Yeah.
High as fuck off them 30s. That's good. Riverboat Ron was high as fuck off them 30s, allegedly. But Ryan Vermillion. Redskins are 2-2 though. Heineke played a hell of a game. You just watch it?
Yeah, watched it.
Yeah, Heineke played his ass.
They try to rob us as always, but
What you mean by what play?
Chase Daniel, the rough and the passer.
Oh, that was terrible. Yeah, hands to the face.
Worst rough and the.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
you
was
can't
bad.
even touch the fucking quarterback
That's
these
bad.
days. That's terrible. Man.
Is it too early to talk about Chase being the second year jinx or bust? You know what I'm saying? He hasn't really gave us what he gave us last year at all. I'm waiting on him to show up. He hasn't had a sack this year. So is it safe to say he's that the first year was a some type of outlier or some type of a fluke year? Because I see him all over Under Armour commercials and pushing sleds around and yelling and lifting weights and doing all this shit, but I don't see none of that shit on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, everybody in the game talk about him like he the next best thing since LT. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen anything this year at all.
I'm still waiting.
Yeah, but I see him on my TV all the time, which is strange. Like he's some type of superstar. But on Sundays, I barely hear his name, which is a problem. So Chase Young, I need you to get that together, my brother. I need that for you to make that happen. Washington's 2-2. They probably never win a game for the rest of the year. Their schedule, they had the Saints next, which, you know, if anybody knows me, you know I fuck with Jameis Winston. I mean, despite everything. So Jameis Winston is now the QB for the Saints, which be going up against the Washington football team next Sunday.
I haven't been looking that good. Jason, yeah, I mean, one against Green Bay, but everything since that's been an L, right?
Yes, I think they lost 2 games in a row. No, wait, maybe 3. They 1-3, I believe. Yeah, but that's why I believe Washington won't beat them. I don't think they're gonna lose 3 games in a row or 4. So Jameis Winston and Washington secondary is ass. So that shit is nothing. Did you see Did the people see Richard Sherman come off the couch, join the team Wednesday, and playing on Sunday Night Football? Every down, every snap. That has to be commended. Richard Sherman.
So he did play?
Yes, he played every snap, every defensive snap. Got there Wednesday and played Sunday. He said himself, I'm gonna need a couple weeks to get myself in, bang in order. They stuck him out there. First chance they got. It came back to him like riding a bike. Recovered a fumble in the game. So shout out to Richard Sherman, man. Remember a couple pods back we did a story on him. And he's came a long way since then, I gotta say. He's came a long way since then. He's back on the field with Tom Brady. They, of course, got a win over the Belichick Patriots and Mac Jones. They won, I think, by 2 points. But, yeah, Brady went back and did his thing. He got by. And I guess they on their way. So, I don't know. On the code, man. Podcast. I think, is that it? Let me see. Let me check my phone. Make sure we got everything. You understand me? What I want to talk about. I think that's it. I think that might be in Bill Cosby. Will you listen? R. Kelly verdict. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shout out to Andrea Martin. Matter of fact, we're going to go out to her, Andrea Martin. Now, Andrea Martin was a songwriter. And she wrote a number of hits that you may know. I don't believe that. I'm not sure. I don't think that was the one. Andrea Martin wrote songs. "Hold On to Your Love" for En Vogue. She wrote for a number of people. And she died at 49, which was strange. She wrote for Fiona, Melanie Fiona, SWV, En Vogue, Brownstone. I mean, she was. I mean, once you get in her bag and you realize who she actually was, She was a remarkable individual. I didn't know. It was crazy because I didn't know much about her as a songwriter, and I consider myself a educated music person. But I have to say I didn't know a lot about Andrea Martin. So we're gonna get into a little bit of her right now.
Please do not forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload next. We are sad to announce the death of the great R&B singer-songwriter and
Andrea
producer
Martin
at the age of 49. Unfortunately, nothing has been reported clarifying singer Andrea Martin's cause of death, but stay with
So nothing has been reported as a cause of death, which is very strange. Let's continue.
us. Martin's death was announced in a statement shared to her Instagram story on Monday.
Only
Dear
49.
family and friends,
So she died recently?
Yes.
And she wrote Hold On?
Beautiful Andrea Martin, also known
How
as
old was she when she wrote Hold On?
said,
I don't know.
Andrea will always be
Oh,
remembered for her passion and dedication to her family and friends. Her impact will continue to be felt and heard for a lifetime. We thank you in advance for your condolences, love, compassion and understanding during this time, the message continued. Please limit calls as we are trying to finalize arrangements at this time. Once finalized, we will be sure to post arrangements. Forever a legend. April 14, September 27, the post concluded. A cause of death was not given. Health with She's is trying to provide more information and collect the latest updates surrounding Colt Brennan's cause of death.
Now, Andrea Martin, I want everybody to understand, she was 49 years old. And she wrote a number of hits, records. So, in my mind, when I think about that, I think about the publishing that she owns and she is responsible for. Those are very big records. And she's very young as far as passing away. And there's no cause of death. So I just want to let that simmer in your spirit. Let it sizzle.
So stay up with us and subscribe. Martin's longtime writing partner Ivan Macias, with whom she penned hits like En Vogue's Don't Let Go, Love,
Don't Let Go,
SWV's You're the One and Angie Stone's Wish I Didn't Miss You, also confirmed the death in an Instagram story post of his own.
Before I let go. And it was Angie Stone, I Wish I Didn't Miss Him So Much, and SWV, You're the One for Me. So these are big songs.
Macias captioned a photo of Martin, rest in paradise to Andrea Martin. My childhood friend and songwriting partner. She was extraordinary. During her songwriting career, Martin also wrote songs for Toni Braxton, Leona Lewis, Melanie Fiona, Sean Kingston, Fantasia Barrino and Jennifer Hudson. Alongside famed music producers Soulshock and Carlin, Martin wrote Monica's 1995 smash hit Before You Walked Out of My Life. 2 weeks at #1 on the Billboard Hot R&B Singles Chart.
Hey, wrote Monica Before You Walk Out My Life.
In addition to songwriting, Martin was also a gifted singer. She released her debut album, The Best of Me, in 1998 under Sony's Arista Records. While discussing her craft during a panel at the 2011 ASCAP Expo, Martin said that the most important aspect of making music is speaking.
So rest in peace, more importantly, to Andrea Martin. I just wanted to say a little piece and put a little respect on her name because she wasn't as well known as other singers and songwriters and producers. She was a woman, which was not highlighted. So she was a woman doing all these things behind the scenes and writing for different people and writing hit records, smash classics. And it's just a shame to see her not celebrated as much as other singers and songwriters that we see over time. But I just want to take a moment and really shed some light on her legacy and career and what she has done. So rest in peace, Andrea Martin, 49 years old. Again, I just want to look at the publishing aspect of it, and I wonder where that goes and what happens with that, because that could be very lucrative to some entity, I'm sure. So Matter of fact, we gonna go. Let's go with a little Andrea Martin. Let's go with a little bit of Andrea Martin wrote song. Let's go with a little bit of SWV.
Those are the best records that come from the heart, she said. It's okay to go in the booth and just to freestyle. Several fans, friends, and supporters reacted and stated their condolences on social media websites following this tragedy.
So on the Code Podcast, y'all know what time it is.
Sarah, you said you were buying a car today.
We enjoy you tremendously. Let me turn this down for y'all. We enjoy you tremendously. Shout out On The Code Podcast. Go like, subscribe On The Code YouTube channel. Also, if you don't know, now you know. Go to Coded Ink at Teespring. Get that hoodie. That motherfucker's fire. Yes. Yeah. We out of here, man.